Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best Flash games from the 2000s. For this list, we'll be looking at all those independent indie games that took up so much of our time in the 2000s on the Flash browser and cemented a palace in gaming history. Were you the kind of player who preferred the nostalgic retro style of Flash over the new fangled consoles? Let us know in the comments down below. Number 10, The Run Trilogy. Setting the foundations for many mobile clones, namely the likes of Temple Run, was the Run game trilogy. Each one allowed players to control an alien, navigating their way through a series of increasingly difficult corridor courses. The goal is simple: don't fall through the holes into space, and maybe don't get distracted by the bouncy bee. It is easier said than done. As the alien gets progressively faster, the obstacles grow, and players get increasingly addicted. Just when you think you've achieved the world by completing Run Game, somebody suggests you try the sequels. Man. Number 9, Henry Stickmin. No one can be quite as unlucky as poor kleptomaniac Henry Stickmin. Puffballs United's Henry Stickmin games are essentially a point-and-click adventure of quick-time events which force a fast choice from players, and ones that usually have a pretty poor outcome for the main protagonist.
Oh yeah, last night I kept facing the same deck.
There are a number of these multiple choice games that have emerged over the last 15 years and are still available now on Steam for all ages to appreciate. And it's hard not to see why. Even if you fail your way through all the adventures, the consequences for poor Stickmin are hilarious. Number 8, Crush the Castle. Since the onset of the 2010s, one game has allowed players worldwide to grab a heavy round object and fire it at an unstable looking structure. This game would give its players the feeling of real destructive power in the palm of their hands and use physics and might at their disposal. The name of this truly awesome spectacle? No, not Angry Birds, Crush the Castle. Known for its flinging game mechanic, Armor Games' 2009 free Flash game put players in charge of a medieval catapult and told them to destroy the nearby castle with it. Less feathers, more devastation. Number 7, World's Hardest Game. Because of this game, we honestly believe that there are people in this world who still have trouble sleeping, kept awake by nightmares of little square pixels being eaten by block dots. That is exactly the kind of psychological trauma that Armor Games inflicted upon their players in World's Hardest Game. Players control a small red brick that must get from the beginning of a stage to the end, picking up yellow discs on the way. While the faster black dots move in opposition, they are not the main obstacle here. You are. With infinite tries and only 30 levels, you may go in thinking you can beat this game, but more likely will rage quit and never look back. I get the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it. Number 6, Super Smash Flash. No, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is Sonic the Hedgehog there, fighting Mario and Fox. But this isn't Super Smash Bros. Melee. This is Super Smash Flash. Originally little more than an experiment, developer Gregory McCloud, aka Cloud9, created a new platform game in the style of Sonic, using characters of his own design.
Ready? Go!
When the game started to progress into something more akin of the Smash Bros. Franchise, McCloud went with it and developed his creation into more of a clone. Though over a decade and a half has passed since Newgrounds' 15th most played game, McCloud Gaming is hoping to release a sequel that also acts as a reboot. Number 5. Bloons Tower Defense. What we started playing as a tiny break between entries ended up being an hour-long marathon of Bloons TD, or Bloons Tower Defense. And a tower defense game it truly is. A popular one at that just so happens to contain dart-throwing monkeys that can be used to destroy super resilient balloons. There are 5 sequels and 4 spin-offs to this little gem. It also managed to transcend the screen and make it to multiple handheld platforms. Now, if you would excuse us, we've got a superhero monkey who shoots lasers out of his eyes to buy. Cha-ching! Number 4. Fancy Pants Adventures World 2. Armored Games had quite the run of Flash games, and few come more entertaining than this. A platformer in the style of the old school Mega Drive games, players assume control of Fancy Pants, a stickman with cool hair and striking shorts. In the sequel, Fancy Pants must retrieve a stolen ice cream for the sake of humanity, justice, and so that World 2 will have a significant plotline. The strength was in the game's simplicity, as players really could lose hours on a straightforward and challenging series of levels. Plus, did we mention the cool hair? Number 3. Meat Boy. If there's one place that we really don't want to be, it is inside the heads of game designers Team Meat. They are phenomenal. They just happen to be masters when coming up with creative and crazy difficult ways to splatter us across an endless slew of levels. The release of Super Meat Boy inspired multiple games and elevated the genre as a whole, earning so much goodwill they were able to come back swinging in 2020 with Super Meat Boy Forever. But it's their prototype Flash game, simply titled Meat Boy, which really hooked players into the sliding grim world of the Little Red Slab. Greatness can start from the smallest things. Apparently that includes a sentient splat of red meat. Number 2. Alien Hominid. Another game that managed to break barriers and move from the Flash world to consoles, this side-scroller run-and-gun game, inspired by the likes of Metal Slug, has been around for 2 decades, has been featured on multiple platform generations, and holds a special place for Flash connoisseurs. Not bad when you consider that it was made by 2 people with an active imagination. As of 2020, developers The Behemoth are looking to make one more game starring the lead alien hominid character, though are not making a reboot or sequel. Either way, we're game.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Club Penguin. For an entire generation, Club Penguin is a staple of their gaming life, for better or for worse. Disney's MMO was essentially an online hub of chat rooms, with the added benefits of cartoon penguins and mini-games. For the children playing, it created what was one of the first online communities, and it was huge. At its height, the MMO had over 200 million registered users. But by 2015, its popularity was declining, and staff members began receiving layoffs. Ultimately, Club Penguin announced discontinuation in 2017, and the closing images were historic. Players from past and present all converged for one more game to savor the formative, nostalgic days.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.